Alright fellas, here we are back on Pokemon Masters, and so we got ourselves the new update. Yes, cool. New update for November, right? EV Day, or EV Month, whatever. Sygna Suit, Train Brothers, Airy, all of them, yes. So, this is going to be part one of, honestly, probably 4 separate parts, looking at the new stuff. I want to go ahead in this video, I want to look at Sygna Suit Ingo, Sygna Suit Emmet, and Lodge, Shauna, and Damage Challenge Tierno. That's probably what this is going to cover, these 4 sync pairs. Next video will cover Aerie, Cena, and Dexia, and then the last one will cover the variety Caleb, Hilda, and Hilbert. And then the 4th video will probably cover the expanded grids, EX rolls, and all the new Super Awakening stuffs, right? So, whatever. A lot of stuff to go over, frankly. Briar's website, I don't think, has a way to view Super Awakening stuff other than this master list here. So we're going to be looking at all of Ingo's stuff, and then we'll finally take a look at his Super Awakening stuff. Anyway, so let's start out, I guess. Sygna Suit Ingo. Sure, why not? So he's a sprint sync pair with the Tech EX roll. I mean, that's a fine combination in terms of like power. It doesn't really matter, though. It's not a great combination for rally, but again, base roll combination is what really matters. And this is fine. It's nothing crazy, but it's fine. Looking at his stats, I guess we'll just stick to this. 6-star EX. He at level 150, he's got 394 in both offenses, basically 250 in both defenses. It's a 1-point difference would be 793 health and 422 speed. There's nothing crazy about these stats. They're all just fine. There's, again, nothing absolutely insane here. With the X roll unlocked, of course, they go over 400 in the offenses, 235-ish in both defenses, 853 HP, 422 speed. Just fine in all regards. Nothing crazy. And, of course, with the boost from Super Awakening, characters, you know, if you do want to go that first level or whatever, I don't know where, yeah, right here, they get that 1.1 times, like, stat buff. That's crazy. Also, I just want to say, the Super Awakening stuff, like, these move power-ups could be pretty cracked. That's a lot of buffs. Anyway, whatever. So, 1.1 times stats, I guess, to his stuff. I mean, that's, like, plus 40 special attack. That could be good, right? Like, sure. Super Awakening stuff, his stuff could look pretty good. His stats are fine. There's nothing crazy about them, but they're definitely not bad, obviously. This is a good enough offensive stat. Look at the moves. He's got Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray for burning and confusion. For status condition, status change, because his buddy move is dependent on that. Rising Flames, Hex. It's an 80 base power move minimum, 96 maximum, I believe. 100 accuracy, 2 gauges, targets 1 opponent. Activated when there's an enemy with a status condition, flinch, confusion, or trap on the opponent's field of play. Deactivates when there's no such thing. Attack's power is doubled against targets that are affected by a status condition, flinch, or confusion, or trap. So this is effectively 160 power, considering you need that to have the move even, you know, work to begin with or be activated. Lowers target defense by 2 when it is paralyzed. Lowers target special defense by 2 when burned. Lowers target speed by 2 when it's flinching. Restores HP of all allies when the target is poisoned or badly poisoned. Applies free moves next to the user when the target is trapped. Increases special moves next when the target is confused. So, of course, he's able to set the burn and confusion, give himself special defense debuffs, and special moves next. Or not himself, special, you know, give the enemy special defense debuffs and himself special moves next. That's the ones he can activate. I'm going to guess Emmet can activate Paralysis and probably the other 2. And Poison, I don't even know how that's going to work. Either way, I mean, it's fine. All these are pretty solid abilities. You know, it'll depend on who you're running him with. Paralysis, lowering defense, yeah, that makes sense. Poison, restoring HP of all allies. I don't know how he get the poison, but that could be good. Like, you know, that maintaining team restoration. And then the free moves next when trapped. I don't think free moves next for him matters. He's not very gauge hungry. And then the trainer's leaving. Reduce the sync countdown by 2. Reduce the speed of all allies by 4. And evasion of all allies by 2. Okay. That's pretty good for gauge management and, you know, evasion cheese, I guess. Sync countdown is always, you know, the status quo for sprints. It's 1 use only. It's fair enough. He's got max moves, max guard, and max phantasm, lowering enemy defense, special, of course. So, max move, very neat. And the passive skills, what we got here? Inbound train, announcement. Reduce the sync countdown by 2 when the max move targeting opponent is affected by a status condition is successful. Increase the special moves next by 2 when the max move is successful against a flinch, confusion, or trapped opponent. Okay, so more buffs, of course, for using the max move with those status conditions and status changes. Clearly he's Very into that. Team Brain Gain 9, increasing special moves next to allies by 1 when the user's move is successful. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good supportive ability. Wow. What Unova characters could really benefit off of that? Okay, well, to be fair, you're not going to run in with just Unova characters. I don't know why I even mentioned that. I mean, you know, other ghosts maybe. Like, there's a ton. Like, Costume Merida, Renegade Cynthia, Shadow Ball Fun, you know, Fall Iona. Like, these characters that are trying to work off of friggin' Shadow Ball damage, you know, they appreciate that. Merida just benefits in general. And then move special attack up 2 and crit rate up 1. Okay. Raise special attack by 2 and crit by 1. So it's honing hit, but for special stats. Like, just special attack, pretty much. So special attack and crit buffs when his move is successful. So he just gets easy self-sufficiency. That's nice. Maxes out his stats, too. It's not like he only gets +4 or something. What's the effect? Attack's powers increase when the target's affected by a status condition. This is a very weird sprint character, man. He's very focused on status conditions despite being a sprint sync pair. That's funny. Okay, and then of course he gets 50% buff here, and then with different levels of Super Awakening, he gets up to like, what, I guess 1.4 times buffs, or is this multiplicative? Like, he gets an initial 1.1 times buff, and then another 1.3 times buff. Interesting, anyway. He can get a buff from that. Of course, he can still get the power up on all of his moves as well. He gets the Super Awaken passive, yada yada, he gets all that junk. I don't even really care to cover like Super Awakening stuff, because basically it just tells you, hey, the character's gonna get like 1.25 times stronger in basically all regards if you have a maxed, or like at least 4 out of 5 Super Awakening. So yeah. Either way, I mean, he's got a pretty fine base kit. Nothing crazy, I would say, but he does look pretty good in base. Like, he's got the gimmick check with the status conditions and status changes for like, you know, Uxie and whatnot. Anything else that really wants a status condition, just as long as it's specifically burn, right? He's got the support with the special moves next, which I really like. He just literally gets it for existing. That's pretty good, right? He can use a trainer move. He can use a status move. He can use his buddy move, obviously. And the fact that he gives himself and allies special moves next is very good. I really appreciate that. He's got obviously good sync countdown, which is expected, right? And great self-sufficiency, of course. Looking at the grid here. Grid 1 out of 5. Fighting Guard. Dauntless, normal guard. So he's got 2 guard abilities. That's something, I guess. Gauge Refresh, nothing crazy. Okay. 2 out of 5, Will-O-Wisp, Gauge Refresh, neat. Stop hitting yourself 5, Curative Confusion. Fuzzy Strike 3 for a little bit of sync damage. Okay, I guess. Max Super Preparation. Brain Gain on the trainer move for some more self-sufficiency stuff. Because you don't even have to use this initially, like at the start of battle. You can literally save this for whatever you want. Granted, you'll probably want to use it earlier on for the speed buffs, but still. Don't have to. Trainer NPR 1. It's not even that OP of a trainer move. Why is that? NPR 1. They wanted the Gauntlet players to have to fish. That's funny. That's a funny fishing. Okay. I love that. Quick Cure. Does he not have Natural Remedy? Or is it in here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Natural Remedy and then Fire Guard. So he's got 3 different guard passes, which is interesting. So he's got some decent coverage, I guess, against these 3 types specifically in terms of like enemy damage. Normal and fighting, you know, that's pretty good for Cobalion since it uses Facade and did Rock Smash and Sacred Sword and all that stuff. It counters a few of its moves quite well, I guess. And also got the burn for that gimmick, so, you know. He's got decent Cobalion Soul potential. Curative Confusion for a little bit of healing. Stop hitting yourself for, you know, the ability to not get hit, plus the dodges. Just decent Gauntlet. All this stuff is like Gauntlet stuff. I hate that every time 2 out of 5 is like, hey, here's Gauntlet food and barely anything else. Granted, Fuzzy Strike's nice, but 130% multipliers isn't going to do him any wonders, so I would really hope he's got more at different move levels. There it is, Brain Power. So yeah, that's good. Fuzzy Strike and Brain Power, for one, also being right next to each other, that's really good. Like, you don't have to play around any grids just to try and get that 30% multiplier. It's right there. You're going to get it when you're getting your 100% multiplier. That's good. So far, very good multipliers. Staggering 4, okay, flinches. So hello, Champion Bianca. Like, apparently the character's like 50% flinch chances. That's cool. That's good. Status move, team interference 9. So he's got AoE, interference, and status conditions. That's good. Befuddle 2 for special defense debuffs on entry. Nothing crazy, but could be helpful. Go viral 9. That. Oh, okay. So this is just for status changes. Never mind. Okay, I thought this was for all of them. Thought it was like just a safety net, but no. This is for just interferences. This is for status conditions. If you want them AoE, good luck. You're not picking both of those up. If not, if even just one. max move power up there. Ruthless 9 for lowering 2 stats at once when attacking an opponent. This flinch, confusion, or traps. He's got debuffs, so accuracy debuffs, offensive debuffs, defensive debuffs. So he's got a good debuffing as well. Yeah, so far, I mean, good gauntlet stuff as expected, frankly. Foul Fighting 5 for a 50% multiplier, that's good. I mean, his move in terms of base power is nothing crazy to begin with. 160, you know, even 180, 190-ish at 5 out of 5, and then however much extra with the Super Awakening. Nothing super absurd in terms of power. So having that 50% multiplier is very nice, obviously, right? Other than that, pretty good 3 out of 5 for gauntlet stuff. Staggering 4 for the flinches, the team interference, and go viral for AoE interference and status conditions. The multiplier for foul fighting, ruthless 9 for the debuffs, curative confusion at 2 out of 5. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care that much. It's fine. It's all good stuff. He's got good multipliers at the very least for a nuke, so he hits pretty hard. At 4 out of 5, that's an energy cap. What am I doing? 4 out of 5, he gets team interference 9, leaves all the targets flinching, confusion, and trapped when he uses max move, targeting opponent successful. So he hits him with all of those status changes. That's pretty good, because that then means you're what? You're getting special moves next, you're getting free moves next, and what is the other one? Lowers burn, which does not get one for flinching, or am I not? Oh no, lowers target speed when flinching. So he gets speed debuffs, he gets free moves next, and he gets special moves next, basically. As long as random flinching will go down in like 2.5 seconds, but still, that's not too bad. And then opponent status condition, team moves up to, so he's got 20% multiplier for the team in terms of extra power. They've given out a lot of these supportive passives, like even just skimming through the Super Awakening stuff, which I did do a little bit for a few of the characters. A lot of them had like extra multipliers for allies. Like what I'm assuming is about 20% multipliers for having a certain thing activated. Like I think Akari's got dark damage field, 20% ally damage buff or something like that. They like to give these out to modern sync pairs now. Like every character's got that little bit of support in them, pretty much, for team enhancement. It's not bad, obviously. 5 out of 5 critical sync, guaranteed crits. That's literally just soften up 1, but sure, I guess. It's not like he's not going to take an action for the 3 turns it takes to get to his sync move. Whatever. Sync move, max move, special boost, so he gets some special moves next when using the sync move or max move. Cool. Okay. I mean, overall, definitely not a bad character. He's got some solid damage. He's got a really solid nuke, it looks like, especially for a single target ghost, I guess. Cynthia is probably still better because AoE. Irida's probably still better because AoE. He's got good sync acceleration utility. I mean, just good utility in general. He doesn't have good gauntlet prowess. I mean, he doesn't have much healing, but I mean, he's got dodges. He's got curative confusion. Curative confusion being, you know, infinitely renewable, of course, as long as the enemy can be confused, is really solid in terms of healing. That's not too bad, honestly. And he's got the max move as well for some good immediate damage. I mean, it could easily be worse. He's definitely not. I'm not gonna say he's like a super crazy character or anything, but he's definitely good, obviously. And what's this Super Awakened stuff? All aboard to victory. Powers up the sync move against targets that are affected by a status condition. By however much, don't know. Turns the field of play into Ghost Hunt. Actually, honestly, it's probably in Absol's paste bin, so I do want to look at that. Let's see. May as well just look at this. Super Awakening passive skill, Sygna Suit Ingo. Alright, it doesn't pop it up here. Got it. Cool, okay. I know somewhere did the extra multipliers. I don't know where that is, and I don't really care. Whatever. Throws field play in Ghost Zone after using the user's max move. Extends duration of Ghost Zone when the zone turns into Ghost Zone while the user's on the field. Okay, probably a 30% extension. That's fine. Ghost Zone is good, obviously. That's really good. And he gets an extra sync move power up. So he's going to be hitting pretty hard on the sync move. But of course, I'm not expecting anyone to get that level of investment on this guy unless you're like a massive, super massive Ingo fan or something. Which, granted, I'm an Ingo fan, not a super massive fan. Because, geez, 10 out of 5 investment, basically. Yeah. I mean, overall, he's good. I don't really have much else to say. He's good. What else is there really to say, frankly? Anyway, let's move on to the next character, I guess, which would be Sygna Suit Emmet. Hello, Emmet. Sygna Suit Emmet and Electros. We're a little bit more interested in this because I like Electros as a Pokemon, so be good. He's field tech, electric, weak to ground, sadly. Cool. level 150 investment, 6-star EX. He's got 370 special attack, 394 physical attack, 200, same minor discrepancy in defensive stats, 806 health is okay, 366 speed, and with the X roll unlocked, of course. Oh yeah, he's tech, right, okay. 414 offensive attack here, 390 special attack, 234 defenses, 866 health. I mean, yeah, similar stats to Ingo, for the most part, right? And 366 speed, neat, okay. What has he got here? And he's only got physical moves, physical, so fuck that special attack. The physical attack's all we're looking at. Cool, okay. He's got Thunder Fang, 10% chance to paralyze and 10% chance to flinch. I'm gonna hope that passes make that up. Unit of Solidarity, applying another defensive Unit of Circle, I guess. I don't know why. For him, it's better. Or actually, no, just the physical circle would straight up been better for him. Depends on his kid, I guess. Whatever. You know, defensive circle, it's a catch-all, so you don't have to rely on Bianca for that circle, I guess. Even though she's probably going to be the better character anyway. Descending Lightning Wild Charge, 160 minimum power, 192 maximum. 2 gauges, targets one opponent. Activates when an enemy is affected by a status condition, flinch, confusion, or trap. Deactivation is the same thing. Lowers target defense by 2 when paralyzed. Special defense by 2 when burned. Oh, God. Speed by 2 when flinching. Stores HP when poisoned. Okay, same thing as Ingo's, right? Except he increases physical moves next when attacking trapped enemies because, duh, makes sense. Okay, so yep, same things as Ingo for the most part, just slightly more tailored to him. Mostly just the ending part, right? And that's what they're aiming for. If you're running them together, then you want to work your status conditions around accordingly, I guess. Though frankly, the fact that Emmet works off of flinch instead of trap, at least for now, kind of is not too big on that. Okay, whatever. Aim for victory. Applies crit next to an ally. Super effective next to an ally. Sync moves up next by an ally by 5. Raises ally ground rebuff by 2. That's how they incorporate levitate. That's funny. Okay, sure. It's an ally too, so it doesn't even have to be him. That's pretty funny. Whatever, cool. It's a decent enough sync move, train move effect. There we go. Train move effect, giving him sync move up next. I'm going to hope he's a good nuker, frankly. He has no additional effects on his sync move. Of course, it's 250 power. It could get boosted by the EX and EX roll and the Super Awakening, so it's going to hit relatively hard naturally. And then, of course, it gives electric terrain. He's also got max lightning here because they are max sync pairs, him and Ingo, and he gives electric terrain on that as well. So 2 instances of electric terrain, I guess, is nice. Sucks it's not on demand, but whatever. At this point, don't expect it. Alright, whatever. Outbound Train Announcement applies free moves next to all allies when the user's max move targeting an opponent that is affected by a status condition is successful. Increases physical moves next by 2 when its max move targeting an opponent that's flinching, confusion, or trapped is successful. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit gauge management here, some physical moves next there. Gonna be doing some good damage. Rest will be totally different. Raises the chance of inflicting status conditions with the additional effects of the user's moves. Leaves target trapped. Okay, so there's the trap. Okay, flinch is pretty unreliable. So, also this doesn't increase his chance of flinching the opponent, which is funny. So he's still got that raw 10% flinch chance. Poor guy, honestly, poor guy. But he gets the trap, so that's good. What does trap do again? Increase the physical moves next. We take that. Trap is nice. Where Ingo's, I believe, is the confusion. But still. Either way, that's nice. And then honing hit 9, giving him attack and crit buff similar to Ingo's. Same passive. Right. Okay, so he's got a good self-sufficiency. He's got a good damaging option. He's got good debuffs. Good utility. Whatever. These units are made to not even really work together, frankly, because they work off different status conditions and you can't have multiple applied. If you could, then 100%, yeah, these guys kind of want to work together, or can work together, not even really want to, but just can. But really, as it is, they can still work together, but it's not as synergistic considering you want paralysis for defense debuffs for Emmet, or you want burn for special defense debuffs for Ingo. You have to kind of pick your poison there. And you don't want poison. Or you actually really do want poison because the healing could be better than any defensive debuffs, depending on the fight that you're doing, right? Though you're not really probably going to be running them together. Anyway, whatever. They can't poison anyway, so it doesn't matter. Unless you bring a specific ally to do that. It's mostly it. I guess we'll just look at the grid. Why not? 1 out of 5, headstrong. I have another ground guard. Okay. 2 out of 5, interference immunity, shock recovery 1, circle status immunity. Okay. Trainer move NPR, so that's more sync move up next, super effective next, critical hit next. Yeah, that's not bad. Aim for victory, sync move up, sync boost. Yeah, okay, so he gets +2 sync move up next when using the trainer move, so +7 for an ally. Whether you're using that on an ally or him, that's gonna be strong. That's it's got really good effects, right? +7, especially with NPR, if you really want to go for that, that could be pretty cracked. Circle gauge up, ground. There's the ground guard. So yeah, of course, just more ways to incorporate levitate without actually incorporating levitate. Yeah, I mean, just more gauntlet stuff mostly. The status immunity, the interference immunity, shock recovery, ground guard. This is like the only general use tile for the most part. And same thing with NPR, I guess. And anyway, of course we get sync tiles, Haymaker for an actual nuke, yes, nice. Max move, team apply paralysis, so he applies paralysis to all enemies when using the max move. That's helpful. You don't have to keep using Thunderfang on the enemy. Electric Terrain Extension 3, very nice. Power Reduction 5 for a move power up in electric terrain. Hit paralyzed opponent attack down, so attack debuffs as well on electric terrain. Head start 1 for some sync acceleration. Trap and sync 9. Okay, not bad. We're getting better. Thunderfang aggravation 3, so 40% flinch chance. Not fantastic, but not horrible either. So he's got a solid nuke. Trap and sync 9 plus Haymaker plus the sync move up next. He's got good multipliers for his single target nuke. Granted, I think Thunderbolt Reds is still higher as long as you give him the sync move up next, right? Head start 1, hit paralyzed opponent. He gets attack debuffs as well. I mean, this is all just like nothing crazy. It's just all good. The extension's nice, definitely, especially having 2 instances of it and one of those being off of a max move. So double extension because of the field effect, and then the 30% extension here. That's not too bad either. The 50% power buff is going to be nice for the DPS move as well. Okay. 4 out of 5, he gets ally set circle, team physical and special boost. So another physical and special moves next buff to the ally when setting his circle. So he's got 2. He's got +2 to all allies on using that. That's nice. And then it's Trainer Sync Redemption. Okay, so this gives him the basically another NPR for the trainer move, which is really helpful. War Sync move up next, right? As well as the circle. Extra uses of the circle. I don't really need to explain why that's good. Extra uses of the circle helps like the duration of it, because so far it doesn't have extension on that, which iffy. And also you get more physical moves up next from it, and special moves up next from it, and all that junk, and you get sync move up next off the trainer move. Then 5 out of 5, sync move, max move, physical boost 2. Ingo's got the same passive, and then Universe Circle team moves up 2. So not only okay, so this is basically stacking support buffs. You get support off of the circle itself, and then you get the extra circle for it just straight up being activated as well. So you're kind of double dipping on buffs. That's nice. Only bad thing is that it isn't extended, so you don't really want to run him with Bianca, but like you could and get that extension and extra uses of it, frankly. Or again, the NPR is helpful too. Granted, Bianca has both extension, set on entry, and trainer sync redemption. So, whatever. Emmet's a little bit worse in the setting of that circle, despite being an actual dedicated field character, but hey, what do rolls mean anyway? Sure. He's got good single target nuking prowess, he's got good damage. I don't see if I doubt he's gonna be replacing Thunderbolt Red on any teams, frankly, just being honest, but hey. It's cool. He buffs Elisa, so I don't really care. He's a buff for Elisa and Zipstrika, so we will be going for him for just that role, just that purpose alone, and we will be happy. Who is we? Probably just me. I love that, honestly. I'm pretty happy just with that. Anyway, Lodge Shauna, I guess. She's a tech character, normal type with Delgatti again. 4-star sync pair, of course, can get upgraded to 5 stars. Looking at her at 5 stars without 6-star X investment, she pretty decent offensive stats for a 4-star base character. Defensive stats, of course, are pretty pitiful. With 6-star X investment, nearly 400 attack, nearly 200 defense, 180 special defense, 350 speed. Fine enough stats for a 4-star character, base 4-star character. It's pretty good, frankly. She's got Sing, X attack, headbutt, and the trainer move raising her crit by 1. Crit by 1. Oh, it's 2 uses. Okay. Crit by 1. Damn. Accuracy by 2. Crit by 1. That's not bad. She gets accuracy to make her sing not totally horrible, though you're probably still going to run Troublemaker on her anyway. It just, you know. X attack for raising her attack. Headbutt for flinching. So she's got flinch and sing utility, so she's kind of trying to stun lock the enemy, I guess. Hem in 9 for debuffing enemy evasion when attacking them. So that helps. Actually, she might not even need Troublemaker. Who knows? Interesting. Healthy healing for gradual healing on entry, and then charging infliction 1 for the gauge. Very similar to Lodge N, where N's got pretty similar utility passes based on using his utility moves. Except Shauna's got 2 different types of utility, being flinch and sleep. So, like in stages that are sleep immune, or become sleep immune, she's got flinch. That actually is not too bad. At least, again, I'm thinking more Gauntlet, because where the hell else are you going to use a normal type tech character that's free? Like, someone likes to Eve, okay? Anyway, traveling together, normal impact, attack powers increase when target's affected by a status condition. Sleep, right? That's kind of what they're aiming for. Neat. And what you got in the grid? Headstrong, Sing Fast Track. Speed buffs are nice for Gauntlet stuff. Gauge Refresh 2, Fierce Entry 2, so you don't have to use X attack as much, or go for NPR. Haymaker for actual nuke. Status move on opponent defense down, so defense debuffs. This is empowering her nuke. She's a character that seems like she really just wants to spam Sing, get to her nuke, and then do a lot of damage off that nuke. Churn of NPR, probably going to want that for the crit buffs, frankly. And I guess extra accuracy 2. Catalyst, Hem in 9 for even faster evasion debuffs. Churn of accuracy buffs, I don't think you really need that. You think you're still going to want to max crit. Headbutt aggravation 1, so you actually do get the flinch again. So back to what I was saying, when stages become sleep immune, you got flinch to kind of back up a little bit. And then headbutt flabbergast for some confusion, which maybe, you know, if the enemies do not get flinched, you could take the confusion and not get hit. Could be helpful. And also, again, sync notes here as well. So, pretty decent nuking stuff. Defensive debuffs for increasing her damage. And pretty solid sleep utility. So, yeah, great Gauntlet character just because she is a sleep spammer. And also, she's got great gauge management with the fast track plus the charging infliction. So, definitely not bad in that regard. Not a bad free character. I mean, yeah, not much else to say. Tyrannon Talonflame, I've heard great things about this guy. He better live up to the hype. Despite being a field character that is for the damage challenge, right? Field, he's fire type, weak to electric, 5-star, right? Stat-wise, 6-star X investment, I mean, well, not even that. It was 354 special attack without it, 180-ish defenses, 678 health, 399 speed, nothing crazy. It's got more sprint stats than anything. Nearly 400 special attack, good HP, solid defenses, good speed. He's got good stats all around. I mean, special attack could afford to be better if he's going to be special attacker, but we'll see. Sunburst is a passive. Of course, it's the status quo basically for all these field characters from the damage challenge. Sunny Disposition. Stats going to be lowered when in Sun. Sunny hit 2 stats down 9. Lowering targets following 2 stats by 1 rank at random. When attack move is successful while it's in Sun. All of the core stats. Okay, those debuffs could be helpful. It's not bad. He's got Flamethrower for burn, basically. Sunny Day. So he actually is a field. He's actually utilizing field better than most of the field characters in the fucking game. He's being a better field character than, like, New Year's Wallace and all of the mixed units combined. Just by having Sunny Day. And then, of course, he's field, so he's got, like, 4 instances of Sun. Okay. He's got Overheat, which is where Sunny Disposition comes in. Good power without any drawback, basically. You could still run Dauntless, you know, in case you're running him without Sun, but running him without Sun, the guy is basically Sun embodied, okay? Come on. Trying to move, nice move, raise life special attack, and crit by 2, so good supportive ability, but also great for himself, obviously. Honestly, you know, so far I like that base kit. I really do, actually. The random debuffs are nice. The actual damage he can do is nice. The fact he can set 4 instances of his own field is very good. That's pretty solid. It's just the fact that he's fire type, and fire does not exactly need the help in terms of weather setters. This would have been amazing imagine if instead of fire Talonflame, it was flying. Everyone would probably be losing their shit, you know? He has a flying zone. He's got, instead of Overheat, Hurricane, right? I mean, Hurricane's still good enough, right? And then instead of, like, Flamethrower, oh, fucking... Who cares? Who cares about Flamethrower anyway to begin with? Right, he could have actual good damage he can move. He could set Flying Zone. whatever. Either way, still being a fire character, still good, right? It's just he has a lot of competition. It's not as if he's ever going to be the optimal choice, but at the same time, it's not like he's going to be bad either because he's looking pretty good so far. Whatever. At the grid, let's see. Solar Flare 5. Does he have any actual multipliers other than Solar Flare 5? Does not look like it. Sad. So, not really too much worth in actually using his Fieldy Axe move. Okay, I guess. Oh, but he does have that. He's got Sunny Day NPR, so you don't even have to use this field move. You got yourself Sunny Day NPR. Run him with someone like whoever's got Sun Extension. I mean, Champion Leaf has it, but there's other characters that have it too. Run him with a character like that extends Sun, and he's kind of cooking, literally. It's not bad. Wow. Sunny Day Brain Game for special moves next. Sunny Sure Hit to make sure he never misses in Sun. Healing Sun, more Gauntlet stuff, Speeding Sun, similar stuff. Burn Surgery 5, a 50% multiplier there. Hostile Environment 9 on Flamethrower, so you actually do get that guaranteed burn. Sucks that you do have to kind of pick that up, though. You can't really fish for that burn, because no one's fishing for 10% unless you're on fucking that one guy who solo Cobalion with mixed blue, okay? Jeez. I think that was actually 2 instances of 10% burn. 07 to that guy's sanity. Anyway. Still, I honestly think this is one of the best field damage challenge units we've ever had. And he's fire, so it doesn't even matter that much. He's got First Aid 4 and Mind Games. Wow, he's got good healing, and he's got the good special defense debuff utility, plus the debuffs he can already do other than that. I like Tierno as a free character. This is a good free character, legitimately. Like, really solid free character. Awesome, we take those. That's very, very nice. In terms of all of the characters, I mean, he's doing good. Also, I didn't even look at Sygna Suit Emmet's stuff. What did Sygna Suit Emmet get? Reducing countdown by 2 the first time trainer moves used battle. Powers up circle. Sync moves of all allies when the circle is applied to the field of play. Extends duration. Okay, so he's actually got extension on the circle. Good. Right. And he also gives the sync move power up. So he's got himself a lot of fucking support from that circle. This is back to Sygna Suit Emmet, of course, right? And the sync countdown's neat. You may want to run him with Emmet or Ingo a little bit. Or just with Head Start 1. You know, he gets -3 that way anyway. So, anyway. So, yeah, overall, so far, good characters. Like, Shauna's a legitimately solid, like, sleep spamming, flinch spamming, gauntlet character. Tierna's legitimately solid just like anywhere. You want to bring this guy to Champion Stadium or whatever, Fire Week, he's going to be doing really solid there. Probably could do, I mean, if Flint could beat Thornton, so can fucking this guy, clearly. Running with good enough partners, which applies to most pairs in the game, but, like, you can get some legitimately good usage out of this guy if you really wanted to invest in him. It just sucks that he's fire, and, you know, fire doesn't really need the help too much in this aspect of actually setting the weather effect right. Still, though, it's good. He's overall, just as a sync pair, he's good. And then Ingo and Emmet are also good in their own rights. Pretty gimmicky with their status condition and status change stuff. I mean, at the very least, they set it all themselves, and they enhance themselves just fine with what they can set. You know, Ingo wants Burn and Confusion. He sets both of those. Emmet wants Trapped and Paralysis. He sets both of those. It's not really a big problem. But, of course, if you are trying to make usage of the other effects they've got, like, you know, the healing when attacking the enemies that are poisoned, or if you want free moves next or whatever, it's going to be a little bit harder to make use of depending on which character you're using, right? So, that's a little annoying, but you can, of course, team build around that, and you could get some legitimately good usage out of it. It's pretty solid characters overall, especially, you know, being Pokemonmasters as they should be, right? Sucks that, of course, a hell of a lot of investment for the Super Awakening stuff, but hey, it could get better. You had Copium, right? Yeah. Anyway, whatever, that's my thoughts about the part 1 of this video, I guess. Sync pairs for November Datamine. Whatever. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So yeah, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoy. Go look on your summons, go look on your skipping. See you in part 2 where we go over Aerosina and Dexio. Peace.